Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is time for another one of our favorite things here to do on Madden 20, and that is a rookie career simulation. This time we are going to be rocking in the land of Pittsburgh over to Heinz Field. That is right. And let's put in the league settings that, of course, we like to put in every time. We're not doing anything injury related. We will go every 4 weeks with the progression. I'll put it on 15 minutes. I don't think that really means anything, but of course, we're going to auto just about everything. Auto progress, fill rosters, all that stuff. But we are rocking with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we are going to run with Devin Bush and see what he can do. So let's get into this thing as we will go into the preseason. All right, the Steelers have Vince Williams as their starting middle linebacker, but of course the purpose of the video, Devin Bush, the starting middle linebacker for the team. We'll see what he can do for this franchise with that 91 speed. Looking pretty good here at a 72 overall. He kind of just needs to get his smarts going, maybe get some more pass rushing abilities from the middle linebacker position, but it's more important that he gets that play rec and awareness up. So let's see what he can do in season number 1. Okay, one thing I have noticed in my time with Madden 20 so far is that this game loves the Browns, can't stand the Steelers. So the Steelers end up missing the playoffs at 4-12. They don't give up a ton of points. I mean, they gave up more points than the Browns, but less than the Ravens. But they just couldn't score. So the offense more to blame here. But let's see how Devin Bush did in his rookie season. So here it is, Devin Bush's stat line, 72 total solo tackles, 21 assisted, 93 total tackles with 9 for loss, 4.5 sacks, 1 interception that he returned for 15 yards. He had 29 catches allowed, no deflections, no forced fumbles, no recoveries, no blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. He played in 894 downs in all 16 games. Now, is that going to be enough to get him on Defensive Rookie of the Year? I don't know if it'll get him to win it, but I think he's going to be on it. Let's take a look. Well, colored me surprised. He does win Defensive Rookie of the Year over Ed Oliver and over Levi Wallace. So, good for Devin Bush. There we go. A good start to the career sim with him winning a Defensive Rookie of the Year award. Now, is that going to put him anywhere on best linebacker? I doubt it, but let's take a quick look. No, he is not there. First Super Bowl in this simulation is won by the New Orleans Saints, 31-14 over the Baltimore Ravens. Let's get into season number 2. Nice progression for Devin Bush in year number 1, going up 7 overall points. Ryan Shazier comes back from his injury in this fantasy world. Who knows if he'll actually be able to do that in real life, but Devin Bush, for the purpose of this video, is of course the starter. This year, the Browns yet again winning the division, not only the division, but the entire AFC as they get home field throughout. But our Steelers go 10-6 with Devin Bush there, points against, giving up the second least in the AFC North. Look at that Browns defense and Browns offense. They're like unstoppable according to this game, which is, in my opinion, a bit ridiculous. But let's see how the Steelers do in the postseason. Let's see what Devin Bush did on the regular season first. So it appears that the Steelers found a way to throw Shazier out there, but Devin Bush did enough. So 67 solo tackles, 21 assists for 88 total tackles, 10 for loss, 3 sacks, 3 interceptions for a total of 16 yards returned. He had 5 pass deflections, 38 catches allowed, a forced fumble, which he also recovered for 1 yard. So he only played 848 downs, leading me to believe that Ryan Shazier somehow got a starting gig, even though I told them he couldn't. But Devin Bush did have some numbers let's see what ends up happening. So his first task in his first postseason game is to stop the New England Patriots, who are on top 7-3 after quarter number 1. Going into the second quarter, New England takes a 10-3 lead, and then a 17-3 lead at the half, just not looking good for the Steelers and Devin Bush. It's now a 24-3 lead for the New England Patriots. Gets to 24-10, but it will end at 27-10, and the Patriots will move on, having won the division in the AFC East, and now taking out Devin Bush and his Steelers. The numbers for Devin in this playoff game: 7 solo tackles. That was his total amount of tackles, and he did have a pass deflected in the game as well, but that was all he was able to do in his first playoff game. So the Browns will beat the New Orleans Saints in this Super Bowl, as the Saints made it to 2 in a row, both against AFC North rivals of ours. But this time, the Browns will prevail at a 38-21. Devin Bush, now an 82 overall, getting ready to go to the third season. Ryan Shazier a point better, but like I said, for the purpose of this video, he will remain the starter. But I wanted to show you guys the quarterback situation, as Ben Roethlisberger, a 71 overall, the Steelers went out and signed Phillip Rivers instead. So Phillip Rivers will quarterback the team this year. Let's see how that goes. No playoffs this time around, as wow, the Cleveland Browns lose 4 games in a row to miss the playoffs, and the Ravens will win the AFC. So Madden 20 actually liking the Ravens a little bit better in this simulation than the Browns. I'm quite surprised. Steelers go 7-9 and give up over 400 points. Ouch. Again, the CPU clearly favoring Ryan Shazier here. If I have to make some kind of cut, I will. And I know that's going to piss off Steeler fans, but like, the point of this video is for Devin Bush to start, and let's see what he can do. And they're just throwing Shazier all over the place. So Devin Bush this year goes 96 total tackles, 68-28, with 9 for loss, 4 sacks, no interceptions, 2 pass deflections, gave up 31 catches. And he did play all 16 games, but he's not getting 1,000 downs out there, and that's just pissing me off. So if Ryan Shazier is still on this team next year, I can tell you he won't be. Interesting Super Bowl 56, as the Denver Broncos are going to beat the Detroit Lions 28-21. Sorry, Octi. Sorry, Pride. Okay, there is no Ryan Shazier for this season, but Devin Bush is the starting middle linebacker, and there has been quite a change at the quarterback position, as Teddy Bridgewater is now the starter there. There is a rookie, Keith Hoffman, that the team's looking to bring along as well, so we'll see what happens here. Well, clearly the Teddy Bridgewater experiment did not work out, as only 326 points were scored, and 440, apparently it affected the defense, as we went 3-13, the Browns back in their king chair. And there we go, the heir to the throne that Ryan Shazier left behind. 86 solo tackles, 24 assists for 110 total, 12 for loss, 2 sacks, a pick, 5 deflections, 46 catches allowed, though. That's not great. 1 forced fumble with a recovery, and 1,120 downs. Okay, now Devin Bush is starting to get there. Rams get back to the Super Bowl here after their failure last year against the Patriots in real life, and they will win this time as they beat the Indianapolis Colts 27-21. Sorry, EJ. Devin Bush ready to start his 5th season in the NFL as an 85 overall, progressing pretty nicely. Let's see what he can do here. Again in the basement of the AFC North, but at least we didn't allow 400 points. We kind of came close to scoring 400 points. You could just see that a lot of close games really didn't go our way. Ravens and Browns will both make the playoffs. Doesn't look like the Browns won the AFC, though. That would be the Jets at 14-2. Shout out to Bopus. He's going to love that. Okay, so of course Devin Bush leading the way. Hassan Reddick was signed as the second middle linebacker for the 3-4 that the Steelers do run. But Devin Bush with 89 solo tackles, 27 assisted for 116 total, 10 for loss, 5 sacks, an interception for a total of 15 yards returned, 6 deflections. He gave up 45 catches. He had a forced fumble. It was not recovered by him, but not too bad. How many downs did he come out with? Over 1,000, a little less than Hassan Reddick, unfortunately, but not a bad season from Devin here. And Devin Bush, outside of Defensive Rookie of the Year, sees his first placement on the Defensive Player of the Year award list at number 9. We'll see if he did anything with Best Linebacker. He is placed number 8. Hassan Reddick, number 9. TJ Watt, number 10. So a great linebacking core for Pittsburgh right now. Sorry to say to the Bopus, but at least the Jets made it to the Super Bowl, but they will lose to the New Orleans Saints 24-22. Real close Super Bowl. Devin Bush is an 86 overall now, going into the 6th season, and if we take a look at the quarterback situation, it's getting a little bit better as Keith Hoffman is starting to progress here. This will be his 3rd season. Hopefully, the team can put it all together, maybe make the playoffs. We're in the basement again, but with a winning record at 9-7. Everybody in our division was just beating each other up all year. The Ravens go 10-6, don't even make the playoffs, scoring 459 points. The Browns again take the crown here. Devon Saxton, a 4-year pro corner, had the most tackles, and that tells you how bad our defense really was playing, as Devin Bush would have 73 tackles, 22 assists for 97 total, 6 for loss, 6 sacks, no interceptions, but 5 deflections, gave up 35 catches on this season, and played over 1,000 downs, so I can't be upset. Interesting Super Bowl repeat, but the same outcome as the Patriots defeat the Carolina Panthers 38-34 in Super Bowl 59. All right, going into his 7th season, Devin Bush, 87 overall. And as you can see in the quarterback position, just so you can see what he's working with as a team, Keith Hoffman up to a 79 overall. Let's see if this team can make some noise this year. Another year, another playoff miss as the Steelers go 7-9. Browns, of course, going to win the division, and the Ravens will make the playoffs as well, scoring 465 points. Devin Bush had a nice season, 80 tackles, 19 assisted for 99 total, 6 for loss, 2 sacks, no interceptions. He did have a pass deflection, gave up 31 catches, and was not able to get any fumbles or anything else, but played in the most downs on defense, I would believe. Oh, pretty close. Thurman Cooper played in slightly more, but Devin Bush way up there in production and play. Would have liked to see 100 tackles from him, but not a bad season. And Super Bowl 60 goes to probably the most common Super Bowl I've seen in any simulation, and that's the Rams over the Browns here, 31-13. Devin Bush remains an 87. His quarterback goes to an 80, so maybe some more success? We'll find out. Not a losing season for these Steelers, however, still in the basement of the AFC North as the Bengals go 9-7, Ravens go 11-5, and the Browns win the AFC at 12-4, and possibly the best team in the entire league. Devin Bush leads the team in tackles with 86 solo, 15 assists for 101 total, 7 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, an interception which was only returned for a yard, 6 pass deflections, only gave up 38 catches, didn't do anything on the fumble side of things, but he had over 1,000 downs played. Devin Bush was out there flying all over the field. You love to see it. And we get a classic Super Bowl here as the Giants take down the Bills once again. So the Bills make it to their 5th Super Bowl all time. However, they're 0-5 in those Super Bowls. Devin Bush's 9th season coming up, and he's gone up to an 88 overall. He's got Trey Beard behind him as a 70, grooming him along, being that second middle linebacker. Let's see what Devin Bush can do to show him what's up. Steelers once again in the basement with not a horrible record at 7-9. Bengals 9-7. Browns only a wild card team at 10-6 as the Ravens take the division this year. Devin Bush once again leading the team in tackles, 89 solo, 25 assisted for 114 total, 10 for loss, 5.5 sacks, and 2 interceptions. So a great year for him. 5 pass deflections. He allowed 43 catches. He had 3 forced fumbles and 1 recovered. So great year for him. He even scored a touchdown. Over 1,000 downs played. Probably going to be second. He's second to Trey Beard, who somehow played more downs than him, but he had way more production than Mr. Beard. Devin Bush coming extremely close to Defensive Player of the Year as he comes up second to Thad Bailey of the Jaguars. Take a look here at linebacker. Thad Bailey going to win that also. Devin Bush, again, getting a second place. Browns win a Super Bowl here over the Saints, 17-9. Quite the low-scoring battle, but the Browns come out victorious. Gotta wonder if this is where Devin Bush starts his decline, as he was an 88, just came really close to winning Defensive Player of the Year, and yet goes to an 86. So maybe this is going to be the start of the downhill climb as he enters his 10th season. Now, they are in the basement with a terrible record. The Steelers go 5-10-1. Bengals go 9-7, and both Ravens and Browns will make the playoffs. Ravens at 10-6, Browns 10-5-1 will edge out for the division. Devin Bush, very strong performance in the tackling, 101 solo tackles, 24 assisted for 125 total, 10 for loss, 5.5 sacks, didn't get an interception. He did have 3 deflections on the season, but he allowed 52 catches, no fumbles either. 10-78 in downs played, so pretty well. Don't know if he's going to make the Defensive Player of the Year list this year, though. Devin Bush does make the Defensive Player of the Year list at number 5 on the list. Let's see where that puts him on the linebacker list. That puts him at number 4 there. Matthew Johnson, also of the Steelers, doing a pretty nice job at linebacker, clearly. And we are going to move forward and give you the results of this Browns-Cardinals Super Bowl. Browns going to win it as Madden 20's little pet, 31-13 over the Cardinals. Now that ratings decline for Devin Bush has become more prevalent here, as now he is only an 83 overall going into his 11th season. Steelers are shoved right back into NFL limbo at 7-9. Bengals go 9-7 and miss again. Browns will make it at 11-4-1, but this time the Ravens will win the AFC at 12-3-1. I would assume the Ravens tied the Browns. Those two teams very even skill levels. Trey Beard starting to possibly surpass Devin Bush, as here is Trey Beard's numbers. He is on top of Devin Bush by 1 tackle. Devin Bush with 79 solo, 22 assisted, 101 total, 9 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 2 interceptions, 3 pass deflections, only 32 catches allowed. Not a bad season at all from Devin Bush, but Trey Beard, I don't know. You let me know. Was he a little bit better here? 102, 12 for loss, only 3 sacks, but 4 interceptions and 6 deflections. So I would expect maybe both of these guys to maybe show up on the best linebacker list. We'll find out. Trey Beard does make the Defensive Player of the Year list at number 4. No Devin Bush to be found. He wins Best Linebacker. Devin Bush would be 7th on that list, behind Matthew Johnson, also of the Steelers. Good linebacking core here. And also, it is a Super Bowl 64 battle for Texas. Cowboys, Texans. Let's see who prevails here. Cowboys going to win it by a field goal, 24-21. Sorry, Gavin. Your team's still the little brother in Texas. Devin Bush now going into his 12th NFL season, and Trey Beard right behind him, only one overall less. Obviously, this team runs a 3-4, so I would expect Trey Beard to be out there and getting his numbers like he was doing last year, but you could see Devin Bush not losing a step in speed, so still has the talent to get the job done. Let's see what he's able to do. And the Steelers have done it. They have been crowned division champions here at 10-6. The Ravens will make it at 9-7, 7-9 for the Bengals, and the Browns into the basement at 6-10. Oofus. But let's see what the Steelers can do in the playoffs. Devin Bush leads the way. He beats out Beard this year. 89 solo, 23 assists for 112 total tackles, 11 for loss, 4.5 sacks, a pick, 4 deflections, gave up 38 catches on the season. Can't wait to see if he can make some huge plays in this postseason. Steelers get a bye week, and they're taking on the Jets here at Heinz Field in the divisional round of the AFC playoffs. Up 10-3 right now. Jets will get a field goal. Steelers will get it right back and have a 7-point lead into the half. Jets come out of the half, get another field goal. They'll get another field goal before the end of the third quarter. And now here we go. It's a 1-point lead, and the Jets get a touchdown. Steelers get a field goal. Steelers score late to win it, 23-20. Well done by Pittsburgh as they come back in this second half as the Jets took a lead, but Adam Gase and his Jets not able to get it done. John Johnson, the third with 12 tackles, player of the game today. Looking at the defensive numbers, I don't see Devin Bush anywhere. Here he is, 4 solo, 4 assisted for 8 total tackles. He did have a pass deflection in this one, so mild performance by Devin Bush, but hey, anything you can contribute to a team getting to the AFC Championship is huge. We'll see who the Steelers take on next week. AFC Championship in Denver, Colorado, and it's a 7-3 lead for the Steelers after one in the snow here at Mile High. Denver takes the lead again. Pittsburgh will tie the ball game, and before the half, Denver getting a late TD. It'll be 17-10 going into the second half. Denver takes a 2-touchdown lead, makes it a 17-point lead. It looks like the one-seeded Denver Broncos will come away victorious and move on to the Super Bowl in a 34-10 victory. Mr. Vic Fangio getting it done for the Bronco faithful. There's Devin Bush giving a nice little hug to Tomlin. Does that mean he'll retire? We'll see. Drew Lock, player of the game today. Defensively, you can see Trey Beard up there in tackles. There is Devin Bush, 8 total, 6 solo, 2 assists, 1 for loss. Nothing else for him today. Not bad performances by any means in these playoff games for Devin Bush. He was out there buzzing around, making tackles. Trey Beard was doing the best he could do, but just wasn't enough to get the Steelers to the Super Bowl. But hey, AFC Championship game, nothing to scoff at. Devin Bush this season gets himself to 4th on the Defensive Player of the Year list. He's coming up on these a lot more often now. Let's see about best linebacker. He would be 3rd there. So again, another good season for him, even in years of declining. God, I couldn't get that out, huh? Denver does not capitalize on the Super Bowl appearance, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are your Super Bowl 65 champions, 29-26. Devin Bush now taking a back seat to Trey Beard here as his declination gets even worse, going down to a 72 overall. About to play his 13th season, still hasn't lost a step in the speed ratings, so we will see if he can get some work done here. It appears last year was one last run for the Steelers because not only are we in the basement here, but we are the 32nd ranked team in the league, aka first overall pick coming to Pittsburgh. 6-9-1 for the Bengals, 9-6-1 for the Browns, and a 10-6 divisional championship for the Baltimore Ravens. Trey Beard now leading the way for this Steelers defense. Devin Bush, 84 tackles, 24 assists for 108 total, 7 for loss, 4.5 sacks, didn't get an interception yet, did have 3 pass deflections and only 33 catches allowed, and played more downs than Trey Beard, so interesting to see that happen. Does he show up on any award lists? Congratulations to Trey Beard as he wins Defensive Player of the Year with all those tackles on a 4-12 team. Let's see, for best linebacker, Trey Beard goes to number 5, which makes about 0 sense in my opinion. No Devin Bush anywhere to be found, and as we take a look out here, the Super Bowl 66 is the Buccaneers making it back to the Super Bowl. They will take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's see who wins it. And it is the Kansas City Chiefs winning Super Bowl 66 here. The Bucs, after winning the Super Bowl, will lose here to the Chiefs 35-17. Well, once again, Madden 20 kind of joshing me around a little bit as they do not show Devin Bush in the retirement section. They do not show him on the Steelers roster, and they do not show him in free agency. So I'm going to assume he retired without being announced that he was retired, which I'm starting to hate about this game as it's happened way too many times in career sims. However, we are going to show his career numbers on the screen now, having played, I believe it was 13 or 14 NFL seasons. It was pretty close to that, probably 14. But if you guys did enjoy this career simulation, please go ahead, drop a like on it. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. There is plenty more career simulations coming your way. We've only done 3 teams. We've got 29 to go. Let me know who you want to see from which team in the comments section below next, as there are 29 possible teams we could do a rookie career simulation of. Again, I thank you all for watching, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss a beat on this series or any other on the channel. It's franchise content all day, every day here on Franchise Gaming. Have a good one, everybody.
You're a pretty little star boy. Look what you've done.